You guys are gonna love this. Jeez.
The Scirocco has been a unique car from Volkswagen, made from the mid-1970s in its earliest form until the early 90s. The car didn't return until 2008, going straight on to win Top Gear's Car of the Year in the very same year it was released back into the world. I'd say the Scirocco is one of the best looking stock cars you can buy from Volkswagen, especially in its GTR and R styles, which are in my opinion the only ones you want to go for. That unique sloping coupe roofline makes it perhaps not the most practical car in the lineup, but definitely one of the more fun ones. Hello lads, and welcome to this very interesting car. My man Luke over here and his Volkswagen Scirocco GT, I do believe.
Yes, it's the GT model.
Yeah, well, we're going to go for a quick first impressions on the car. We're going to get some information on what my man Luke here thinks of it, having owned it for, how long have you had it now?
Oh, not very long.
Not very long at all, so we're both fairly new to it.
Probably about 2 or 3 months, maybe at most.
Okay, and chat about all the things you've done to it. I mean,
the modelist one.
Yeah, all right. And how you been enjoying the car? First off, like, good experience to start with?
Yeah, I'd say 100% love it, to be fair. So the only cars I've owned over the years is I had a VW Polo was my first car. That was a 60 plate. That was brand new. Luckily, I had a little part-time job, so I got that on finance. That was during school. Then that was 60 brake horsepower. Then upgraded to a 105 brake horsepower Polo, and then I've been driving my dad's 2-litre TDI Golf.
So you've been VW and VAG sort of stuff constantly, but they just feel like solid cars, don't they? Like,
they do. It feels good. I like it.
I mean, performance-wise, since we can open it up a bit, it's a bit wet. Yeah,
it doesn't really want to get traction, bro. It really struggled to get traction then.
It's wet as well.
And a little pop at the end. 210 stock.
Yeah.
My first mod was I basically took it to a garage first of all because it was a second-hand car. I brought it under like an AA approved car dealership, so I believed it was a fairly solid car under the hood. It had a few scratches in that here and there exterior.
Sure. But, as you do with a car.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
age, right?
So I took it to get like a Terra Clean, where they flush out the engine and everything. Then I had a stage 1 map done on it. 35mm lowering springs, just so it sits a little bit nicer to the ground. It doesn't have that massive freaking arch gap. That took up to about 250-ish, I believe, maybe 260.
Right.
And I drove that for a while. That was nice, and then I got a little bit bored of it again. And now I've done it's now got a downpipe, Miltech downpipe, decat, uprated diverter valve, and a stage 2 remap. Oh, and a pipe across air intake.
Right.
So, yeah.
How long have you had it again?
The actual car?
Yeah.
Maybe 2 or 3 months.
So this is all, just got it straight away, mod it, got bored of the first mod.
Yeah,
just keep it going.
Don't be afraid to put your foot down.
Similar drive, okay, so immediately, like, really similar driving position to the Cupra, actually, and all that. Because again, it's the same car, really. It's a bloody Leon, it's a Golf, it's a,
they're all the same.
They're all the same, but like, at the same time I kind of like that, because it's familiar, but they put their own touches on it. Was it not an Alecki handbrake? Because that was one of the things that got me on the Cupra.
Yes, so the new ones do. Yeah, that's what my dad's Golf did. So that was automatic.
Yeah.
So that has the electric handbrake and everything. It's a bit weird to get used to.
I mean, clutch is really nice and light. You did say it was slipping a bit with the power.
It's
though,
slipping a little bit, like low revs, high gears. It's
okay.
a bit. It's only done it a couple of times, so it's only just kind of. I feel like it's just worn a little bit, but not enough to cause a problem.
You don't want to add any more power, really, because that's going to be the limit as well. Off that, I mean, it feels great. It feels solid. It feels like like any VW group car around this range. Like everything is quite nice, material-wise, and sound insulation's nice. Like
it's
like just a
fairly sturdy.
Seats are pretty cool. Actually, I quite like the sort of slightly sportier.
Yeah, what I really like is the 2 rear seats.
Yeah, they're unique actually.
Yeah, it doesn't have that little middle seat, and it feels like, I don't know, because it just has 2 seats in the back, it feels a little bit more sporty.
What's the does the little comfort sport button actually do much at all?
I don't really think so.
Right, okay. You can start around there. You can start feeling like it wants to pull a bit from. That was from around 2,500–3,000. So. That was half throttle, and
that's when you feel you felt the wheels slip just a little bit. Then you're like,
that wasn't even half throttle, mate. Traction controls, just no.
Yeah.
No.
not in the rain. You can turn it off if you want, but
no, you see, that's going to be ridiculous around here. It wasn't even gently taking the power away. It was just going no.
Yeah.
No. And third. Let's go.
Yeah, you can feel the traction control trying to limit it a little bit. It's like just take it easy. It's the wet, and it's like nah, don't.
But no, I mean that's great. That amount of power is really nice. I think that's about perfect for a little daily. Like, though I can't see myself ever being able to get better than about 20 mpg out of this. No, it would just be that everywhere. Yeah,
even in like the higher gears and stuff, like it still has that kind of pull. It has that power, which is nice. Like,
yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any. It's not massive turbo lag or anything.
No, yeah, it's quite it's impressive to be fair for what it is. You guys are gonna love this. Jeez.
That's mental loud.
The only thing I hate about this car is this freaking internal mirror. Because the rear window is tiny, okay? And it's the most triggering thing because the car kind of sits downwards as well, and I'm quite tall. I can't see like directly level behind me, so it's kind of like I'm looking at the ground through the back window,
right?
Which is very kind of weird and a bit
useless.
It's a bit annoying, so I don't really see any cars behind me unless they're right behind me.
I was gonna say because the rear like quarter windows as well in the back are like they slope up. And you can see, I can't see shit. As well. Like you see the sky kind of from.
It's got major next because obviously last time they updated the Scirocco was the facelift, which was in 2014, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think they don't push it enough because I think it's a really underrated car in their lineup because it's probably one of the ones I'd go for because I'd rather have this than a Golf just because of the look of it.
Yeah, I think it looks a bit more sporty, but at the same time I think it looks a bit more classy. It doesn't look so much like a. I wouldn't say a boy race car because Golf's really Golf's a nice car, but it just looks a bit more kind of classy. It looks a bit more kind of sporty and looks a bit more kind of grown up at the same time, but also
that's what's strange about the Golf because it goes from being such a boring old man's car to being a yobbo car so fast, and I don't know any other car in the world that does that. And this kind of sort of sits in the middle, I think. But yeah, thank you again for taking me around the car, man.
No worries, I appreciate that. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you approve.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. Thank you for letting me drive. And so far, I mean, I've played around with VWs before. Like I have a VW group car myself, and I haven't really. I mean, I've not driven many of the boring diesel ones, but I was gonna say I've not really found ones that have not impressed me yet. Like I don't know, they all appeal to me in that way, and especially when you've got 290 bloody horse to play around with.
It's definitely fun.
Definitely, man. Again, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Check out Luke's channel if you haven't already on Twitch and YouTube. Yes. We're going to be hopefully doing some more work together in the future.
I would love to, so fingers crossed.
So look forward to that. Thank you for joining, guys. Anything else you got to say?
No, apart from comment in the chat below on what I should do next.
yeah, it would be cool to come back and see what you do to it. If you've got a car you'd like featured as well, we're doing that now. Hit me up on Twitter @PayonosTV. Drive safe, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.